Doug's hiccuping or sneezing. Are there allergies? Is there an allergy season on Coruscant? Is that
if he rolls a 1, I get a free attack.
Do droids get allergies?
Oh, what a great glitch
Viruses
in programming.
exist in the digital world. What are you talking about? Yes.
A freaking hyper-allergenic droid, like a hypochondriac.
I've got a droid virus. I've got
droid
a virus.
that's a hypochondriac.
I spent 2 weeks on the dark web, and I came back.
I'll be picking dust out of my gears for maybe that's part of my protocol droid cover. Is that
yeah, you just act all prim and fussy. Turn up the wuss meter on him, right? Crank it to 11.
Master, you gonna have some chicken soup?
Oh no, I said wuss, not wine. And some logos. Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Reckoning of Wraiths. Reckoning of Wraiths? That's book 7. Watch as I click my way rapidly on the internet because I realized I hadn't completely got ready for tonight's show. Hello, everyone. Somebody gave me trouble. Apparently, I've gone like practically 10 episodes with just going, hello. Hello, everybody. Let's get to it. No big hello, everyone, and welcome to book 7, episode 5. Reading ahead in the books, depending on how these combats go, these books are getting shorter. They're getting nastier. I mean, I'm going to say you guys are going to start feeling the bad luck in the Crush the Empire. Dun, dun, dun. A little less dark side and a little bit more politics of contraband. But how many people actually have any levels of scoundrel in their character? Raise your hands on the mic. Anybody?
In spirit.
Mm-hmm. Really, the most scoundrelly guy we have.
No, it's
actually,
pure nobility, sir. Pure nobility.
I mean, no,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, scoundrel.
Yeah, okay. No, actually, that makes sense. Because when he mentioned about the loyalists, like sacrificing them, that did seem like a bureaucracy bean counting, let them eat cake kind of move, as opposed to scoundrel with a heart of gold that everybody goes for. I have been enjoying Outlaws, playing the Pike faction against the Crimson Dawn, against the Hutts, and trying to make money everywhere, playing Jedi Survivor. I sat on these games until this season so that before game night, I could, really put myself
get yourself all Star Wars'd up.
Well, not just that. Like, if you type in Jedi Survivor opening cutscene, they give you this recap of the last game, and then there's this great shot of Cal descending with 2 Clantunians. Yes, check out the Rise of the Consortium podcast where I play one of these guys.
Cousin Rex and Cousin Spot.
Yeah, actually it's Liz and Boda or something interesting. Guy and a girl twins. They're like twins, yeah. They're on Coruscant. And he's riding around one of these airspeeders, the Pursuit airspeeder that might chase you guys. And he goes into the sub-levels. So I'm watching this going, oh, that's where we are tonight. Like, what are the odds that this game's been out for over a year. I just play it now, and it's almost like the video game takes me right to, like, you guys look outside the window, outside the hallway, you see Cal go by. Whee! Something like that, no? I think the timing's off.
Yes, it is.
How far past Order 66?
He's years after Order 66, because he went into hiding, right?
I do know that Outlaws is set between Empire and Jedi, the sweet spot of Rebellion where DMs would just go nuts.
Yep. It's a good era. It is a good era.
Yeah. Well, we're in it. And we're starting it because we're at that beginning of the era. Clone Wars just ended. The Rebellion era hasn't technically begun because there's no Rebellion yet. There is no technical Rebellion faction.
Yeah, we're the prologue.
You're the prototype. You guys are the nasties that are doing the wet work for Bail Organa.
Or we're the multiverse.
Don't get me started on the multiverse, man, because
maybe if we do this right, we could actually beat the entire empire before the end of the campaign.
Let's do it.
Sure. Yeah. High hopes. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Wait, we're on Imperial 1. Let's head to the capital. Where's Palpy?
Wait,
my buddy.
No. We don't need to even hit the target. Let's just navigate. Let's just do a jump. Right real close where we shouldn't do it.
Palpy.
It'll be cinematography.
Yeah, canon is proven that's useful now. So
right?
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, getting back to the battle, guys. You were in the sub levels in between A and B, and making your way through some steam pipes and this and that, and then with animalistic cunning, these feral humanoids, these Corusani ogres, have surrounded the party and began attacking. And I believe I had just ended on their turn, and at the very end of the round, we have Reiku. And as fate would have it, Joe's been riding along, a season and a bit for this moment, and couldn't make it tonight. It's gonna come
poor guy.
later. He's got these big dudes he could wrestle.
I want to spend a force point to make him wrestle.
You should just cinematic him in a corner with one of them having like a mad wrestle off. Nothing actually happens.
Yeah.
They're just
they're
just rolling around each other, and then when he can make it, just replay the actual encounter for him.
Well, funny you should say that, because no fate of my own. I just had them. You didn't show up. You're at the back of the party. You guys are heading north on this map, and then maybe a little turn of left. They've come from everywhere around, and if you look at the map, the yellow mini, that's Joe, right? And there's one right on top of him. Okay, so for Reiku's turn, now be nice. What do you guys?
He smashes the olive oil over his own body, and he goes, ah!
Rips off the shirt,
and everyone goes, avert thine gaze!
Hey, Ryan, that is a swift action for him. So just be careful.
Yeah,
he has 4 arms, though.
Oh, that'd be great. Like two rip off the Hulk Hogan shirt, where the others start actually grappling. That's kind of neat. Half strength. That's all he ever does.
He would engage a grapple. He always does. That's his opener.
He just runs around. I am Ganesha.
Yep. Freaking. What is it? How to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Such a good anime.
It is good anime.
That's all this guy says. Okay, starting off, this guy runs up to one of these creatures, and with an opening grapple of 29, all right, he's
got to touch him first.
Yeah, he has to
He's got to do the
unarmed attack first.
Reach out and touch me.
Yeah, isn't that the grapple?
No, that's
like
a grapple check.
The unarmed grapple attack is an attack first. He's got to touch him first, and then they enter the grapple.
We have a flow chart.
Yes, but don't you use that actual same button?
No.
There's an attack on his character sheet that says unarmed grapple single.
What? Jeez, I just read over these recently.
All this crap?
Sounds like a really technical term for masturbation.
Unarmed grapple.
Of not yourself. Of not yourself. Let's be clear.
Thought we said
unarmed
that
attack
didn't...
full round is a bit more involved.
we said that the oil takes an extra swift action.
The oil takes
there you go. There you go.
Forearm.
So the problem with that is it still says right here that a grappling attack is treated as unarmed, thus provoking attack of opportunity unless he has martial arts.
Unless you have the martial art 1 feat, which most do.
Us do.
I'm looking.
What are his
he does.
Yeah.
No, he's got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he's fine. Okay,
Comes with the first level of soldier.
Yeah.
All right. Apologies, Joe.
It's in the notes. Martial arts 3. Expert grip. Melee Smash, Entangler, Enchanty Training, Terrakazi Basics, Terraskazi Training, Terraskazi Mastery.
All right. You don't want to read off all your force powers. Nobody wants you reading off all your force powers.
There is way more than my force powers. Just say
I know. This goes on and on.
And scarier, to be honest.
No, Hammer Blow's good. Real good.
Hammer Blow.
Yeah, I know.
Look at his damage. He doesn't get to do that damage, but look at his damage.
Well, he could if he did crush, but he's got,
why bother grappling when I could just slap him for 20
full round. A full round attack would actually get him 2 attacks at a plus 15 each, which is what he should be doing. But I totally understand he likes to grapple, so I think he would
what he should be doing
versus what he would do.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Since I failed this character out of the gate, why don't you guys just take him over and run around and we did a good job with your character, Joe. Thanks for coming.
You asked us. No, you asked us at the beginning of his turn what we thought he would do. So
yeah, I meant everybody but Doug. But okay,
Matt jumped on that saddle pretty fast too. In all fairness.
To be fair, it's who actually helped him make the character, and the rest of us have no idea.
Yeah, that's true. So, with a successful, Jesus, with a successful,
and little smooches on the cheek. Mwah.
A successful smooch. With a successful smooch. Unarmed grab against his
34 points of damage.
Reflex of 13, he grabs him. And wants to initiate wants to initiate a grapple. And using my grapple check of 29, which now they must oppose. Yes?
Hug off.
Yes. Now they must oppose. Yes. And these buggers also have a very decently nasty grapple ability. 4 for a 19 and fails the opposed. So he reaches up, he does the finger lock, and this ogre is like bigger than he is, right? Now, the size difference goes to...
And Jeff's audio just cut out.
The size... I'm here. The size goes to... So, getting back to what's really important is how, even with a plus 15, fails the grapple check. So, he's got him. He's touched him, as you said, with his unarmed strike. Doesn't go for the damage. Goes for a grapple. Locks knuckles. And even though this thing is bigger and has baked in plus 5, the other 2 hands come over and cup the top of his hands and push back even harder. And he's successful in his grappling attack. Now, with rules as written, grapple, stunning fist, Terrakasai mastery. He's got Kojin style. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. He's got his own plus 5 to species grab and grapple because of his 4 arms, which cancels out the height and the size.
Not his 4 arms, his 4 arms.
Right. Okay. Immediately, he has the choice to pin and crush, or is it pin or crush? Like, I know some of these feats going back up to my big long list.
I think
definitely
you pick one.
No,
can't
it's
you?
and crush
you can do both.
Yeah, crush requires a successful pin.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he does the forearm, forces this thing down to like one knee, pushes him up against the wall instead of getting on top of him because Gibson would not be comfortable with us having his character mount anybody. So we'll just say he gets him down to one knee, slams him into a wall, pins him up against the wall. And then with crush, which I think should be written right on here.
Yeah, it's the damage of his roll.
That's his crush? That's not martial arts or one of the Kai Sai whatever training, right?
He gets all of his unarmed damage.
Yeah. He built that button for that because it actually is labeled as grapple, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So he gets all of his bonuses in there.
That's nasty. Oh. So nasty. And if he crits, like, what?
Yes.
So, twisting him, you guys hear vertebrae straining and legs breaking. He doesn't kill him outright, but he definitely beats his threshold and brings this thing down the track, au naturel, and drops him a whole bunch of hit points in a single move. And thank God that round's over. Round 2. Dr. Leth, you are up. Rahal, get ready. You're on deck.
Well, it seems that behind me is dealt with. Let's take a shot at the creature coming down the hallway from in front of me.
Okay.
I think, not 100%, but I think there's like a division. I don't know if it's full height or not. I think we discussed it last time, but I can't recall.
I'm going with a half wall. You could take cover behind it if you want. But since these guys are melee so far, they've got a club. They'll walk up and negate said cover, but I will take an athletics or an acrobatics check if you want to vault this little half wall or if you're comfy behind it.
I'm good having behind it.
Okay. Did you want to tuck in and proverbially take cover, or are you just happy to stand back?
I'm happy to kind of hang out here. I don't know that I'll need actual cover. 19 to attack.
Yes, sir.
For 31 points of damage.
Oh. Well, no. We can't have Absent Joe being star of the show.
Yeah, damn, dude.
Well, Frankenstein monsters are his specialty. You remember how this all started in season 1 back on Felucia? We found those modded Felucians, and he just frickin' one-shots them.
Please don't remind me.
Did you say third? Hey, you had a calling as an assassin, and you went into medicine. I'm just saying, when we
put
do
you on a path.
It's amazing how many crossover skills there are between surgeon and assassin. Just saying.
Well, I'm just saying.
Sides of the same coin.
Anatomy recognition is a skill. Period.
We plot first is coming. I'm just saying, start working on the life that you could have had. So obviously, Leth is going to be an assassin, and we're going to pick up the droid. We steal him from Switch early, perhaps a very darker force using Rahal. And what I'd love to see is a Merrick that never went through the Halo procedure and became this huge dude. Maybe he got cybernetics and is like 10 times
Sith
crazy
Rahal,
smart.
noble Merrick.
You don't want that nowadays.
he's the arms dealer. Anyway, I digress. Leth, excellent shot, sir. Lots of damage done to this opponent. Anything else, sir?
Trying to identify these creatures would itself also be a standard, would it not?
You know what? I've really fallen out with a sort of like recalling knowledge. It's kind of I think it's a freebie like perception.
Swift for most of those checks. Look up checks.
That sounds good. Yeah. There we go.
I'd like to spend a Swift to do that. Would you like
Galactic
Life
Lore?
Sciences, Galactic Lore? Okay.
Now, I'll tell you something though. If you're looking at this thing with Life Sciences, you could use your brain to from what I can see this thing is doing and can do, this is probably how it got that way, but you wouldn't have, it would be a theory. Based on the evidence, I think it can do this, as opposed to the lore of, it's actually called an ogre here in Corusani, was mutated, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You might be able to pull up the same stat numbers, but from a different angle. So, you follow that?
That's fair.
Okay. I will even see that the life science would be a lower DC from me. Or do you want to go Galactic Lore?
I already clicked the roll for Galactic Lore and I got 35, so I think I'm okay.
Okay, so part of your project studying all species.
You watch these guys mate.
No. No.
This is how the sausage is made.
It's not just the procreation, it's possibly the offspring.
This one's
right?
name is Stan with a roll like that.
Yep. Anyway, you would believe that these are creatures that are mutants. Their environment and long exposure to gas, poison, and radiation has mutated possibly a more benign creature. If they were humanoid with intelligence, that intelligence has regressed back to an animal cunning. Because you notice, even in 6 seconds, even though they surrounded us like a pack, they don't seem to be caring about personal safety or each other. It's like a free-for-all. You know what I mean? Anyway, was there something specific you were hoping to identify in the lore or something? Or?
Any known, like...
Okay.
Are they known to carry over, like, pathogens or that kind of thing?
Oh, okay. So the Corusani Ogre are considered practically animals, and they'll attack as such. But it's like having a bunch of lions roaming around down here in Coruscant depths. Like they scare the shit out of everybody. Everyone on Coruscant in these depths have lost a friend or family member to these things. They hunt in packs. They're huge, and if they get you surrounded, like a civilian has no chance. They're so huge and so strong with like a 24 strength kind of thing. Like you're pretty much done, unless you have like grenades and you can blast your way through. Now, we are pretty rugged, but this does suggest that you guys might want to clear a path and run for it if things go badly. Of course, that's before we made up Joe's character, so now you're fine. But being an animal, if you can hurt them, like collectively, you might be able to scare them off. You know what I mean? Like if you could do X amount of damage to several members of said pack, they might just bail and you don't have to worry about it. As far as like known pathogens, no. Being clawed by one of these things is your standard infectious rusty nail, not really covered in the mechanic. You know, when you do your own treat wounds, I took damage from this thing. It's covered in that. Mm-hmm. When you guys go world to world and are attacked by beasts, remember the dark side lizards? Those were empowered creatures. You might have to worry about some kind of dark side radiation. That could have been a thing, right? These things, the basic first aid rules and everything will cover any healing that these generic dirty ass creatures can do, as far as you know from the lore. Okay. The beast before you appears to be an amalgam of many different life forms, but it's hard to tell where one stops and the next starts. Gangly limbs are mixed with arms and legs that seem too short for the beast's mass, yet it moves at remarkable speed despite the fact this thing should not exist. It is a mutant in every sense. The Corusani Ogre is more of a nickname. It's more of a, does that make sense?
Hey, you guys!
Yeah.
Love that movie. That dude was a gem.
He was much nicer than any of these guys.
Hey, you guys.
Corusani Ogres, if we've done enough damage to enough of them, they should theoretically run away.
Okay. Don't you love comms? You can just quietly whisper less ever pleasant, calm voice, and you guys hear it in your ears.
Hurt them more.
He just narrates the fight to us.
Okay, I was doing such anyway, but okay, I'll do more with enthusiasm. I hurt them with joy.
As in spread the damage, don't focus on down.
Oh, you have to specify these things, Doctor.
That's what I was trying to do.
Rahul.
Use more words, please.
I'm just gonna...
Yes, take more rounds while we have a discussion. That's
send my saw zinging all the way down to here, and...
To here? Could you be more specific for the audience?
Heading down the hallway in front of me to the west, where further down the hall that past the fallen ogre is another ogre approaching, and send my saw into him.
Okay.
And then I also will spend my swift to sustain.
6, 7. Okay. How many squares can you go per?
12.
Okay. So you pretty much just bring it up in front of him, and now it's attacking him.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
20 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Did I take a shirt attack? I thought I might have. Yes, I did. So I rolled a 1 on that. So I will re-roll one of the d10s to make it a 3. Still better. So that brings it up to 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And I spent my swift to sustain the power. I will take a step back beside Dr. Leth. And that's my turn.
Okay. It does beat his threshold.
Oh, sick.
I have to admit, I was really bad at remembering threshold for 2 seasons, and Doug was all over me. But please note how much better, because even if I do it, I wouldn't say, right? Are you guys tracking the threshold? Right? Doug's been counting, so this guy should have been hit 3 times. Jeff, is that -3? Are you sure you know the -3? Yes, I'm tracking thresholds.
Doug comes into the game tracking. He's our heat-seeking rules lawyer.
Exactly. That's why I brought him on the cast. I don't ever have to look shit up. So time-consuming. Make him do it. Anyway, Rahul, anything else for us? Took a step back.
That's it. That's all I got. So swift to sustain the power.
Okay.
I don't know if it costs me my action. Does it cost me my standard?
For what?
To control it. I'll look into that. I'm going to assume it does.
Okay.
So I'll call it there, but I might actually have a pistol attack available. I'll look into that.
Okay. Merrick.
Who is Medic? Who is this Merrick you're talking about?
Okay. What's your new name again?
Oh.
Riker?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. It's on your character sheet now. Riker.
Sir Riker to you.
I guess it really doesn't matter unless I put Riker in the mini. What do you want to do, Riker?
Sir Riker.
I do need to roll. I can't really fail, but I still do need to roll officially for that.
Oh, yes, please.
You can see the joy of his eyes when you roll.
There it is.
Yeah, changing your actual physical name on your sheet is all kinds of problems.
23. Yep, nope, still good.
So my compatriot rolled a 23. His elation is noted in the vigor of speech.
I don't think Merrick's is clever. I think he's got the Bible channel playing in his ear, and he's just reiterating some of the terminology to make himself sound really good.
Mother always taught me right by whether to use this language.
Okay, so what would Mom want you to do in this fight right now?
She'd want me to teach the heathens the proper way.
And how are you going to do that?
I'm going to teach them in their next life.
Okay, and how are you going to do that?
I'm going to use an auto shot.
Well, I've asked you 3 times.
Yeah,
Let's roll some dice.
What are you actually
What are you
doing?
doing?
Auto fire.
Thank you.
I will auto fire in this cone of attack,
All
targeting
right,
the
and
maximum amount of enemies in my 1d6 cone.
Thank you. Lead with that, and then while you're pressing buttons, you can give us the mama rhetoric that would work as opposed to saying, what do you do?
God
And how do
forbid
you
I
do it?
roleplay in a role-playing game.
I want you to roleplay while you're rolling the dice.
Now you don't.
Yes, I
Don't
do.
spread lies. Lies make baby Jesus cry.
Roleplay all you like. Just it's the timing. EMS player, what do you do? Let's push buttons, please.
Get concise. Wait, you think this is a fucking game? Sasha, roll. Dice, go. Button, press. Oh.
You see those video games where they bling up the game, like Far Cry, where you can bling up your AK-47 all gold and stuff? Get some religious symbols and all kinds of bling on Sasha now for the new look. What'd you get?
That's Warhammer as far as I can understand.
20, let's go.
Sasha, go. Attack of 36.
Nice.
Which is a nat 20, I think.
I don't crit on AoEs, unfortunately.
Oh, right. Well, no, it is a crit. It just hits everything.
It's
it
just
just
sure
doesn't do double damage, right?
Correct. Yes. 30 damage.
Okay. And
Ignore that second one. I did not declare a double attack, so that did not happen. I did not realize that the dice had happened.
Double clicked.
Yep.
Okay. 6 square cone.
Yes, correct. I can see an arm and I can see a full body. I would like to encompass both.
Yep. Pew pew pew. With the 20, I don't even have to worry about cover. So you smote both of them.
Smart.
Oh, I think you're going to hit my saw. Reposition if you can.
But that cone is positionable.
It's dark down there.
Jeff, once your saw is fucked up.
No, well, you know, in the heat of the moment. Let's see what we can do.
I mean, I do have
knowledge
stats
tactics.
Yeah, knowledge tactics. Yeah. Do I know not to shoot his stuff?
No.
No? Okay, I was about to click it. So.
Yep, there we go. There it is. The saw is clean. See that? Right around the saw.
I knew the saw would be clean. I've been spending how many years shooting around my friends with a cone?
I still don't believe in the whole.
I want to take that out of context
thing.
and put that somewhere else.
All right, so
put that out of context in context. I'm going to say that every time with a damn smile on my face, Doug.
So that the damage is half of 30 because it's area of attack.
Why would it be half?
Because that's what happens in area of attack.
If it doesn't hit,
it didn't hit.
Oh, if sorry, it's still sorry when you spray. Yeah, I'll be all right.
It's a spray. You pray.
Right. 30 points. As he finishes off the ShamWow guy. And begins shooting up a brand new opponent who is just emerging, comes stepping around the corner like into pray and spray gunfire. And that is you. Swift actions for Floating Mom. Okay, which brings us to SDX.
Right. I'm going to fly up 1 square and then head north and then northeast and then north to be adjacent to the ogre that is northmost of our party. And then I'm going to shoot him with my blaster rifle.
Okay.
17.
Yes.
All right. 21 points of damage, and I will re-roll the 2. Because I now also have a shirt attack.
It's so good. Well, like, when you get a feat that you can just drop into that, take it. It's worth it.
So it's plus 6. So 27 total. 27 total.
Yep, that nukes him.
Perfect.
And did everybody get temporary hit points from me last time? This is really going to matter because I think we're all... Oh, yeah. No, we had the whole conversation about bonus points. So,
yep, I've got them listed.
Good. All right. Then I'm done.
Okay. Rodra, our bounty hunter.
Who are these guys?
I know, like, you're on North Point, and one guy shoots right past your right shoulder, practically takes the thing out. Droid goes flying over your head. Now, this is pretty cramped corners, but because these guys are large creatures, we have that sort of, there is a square above you, even if they're hanging over, so I'm cool with Doug flying where he wants to go, as long as he doesn't go any more than 1 square above. And using that height to avoid difficult terrain, weaves around you, puts himself in the line of fire from said ally, drops himself in front of this thing and at point blank range finishes this thing off, taking your kill. But there's enough ambient noise for you to know that there's more down the tunnels if you dare.
Yeah, can I see the one to the southeast of me? Maybe his arm.
Let's have a look here. Yeah. Ricker is spraying and praying, and there's flailing and screaming, and one's still moving. Well, he drops one. I would suggest moving closer to Merrick's position before firing, but other than that, yeah, you should be good.
Sure. I'll move up right next to Merrick.
Okay.
Let's see. So I can't aim, so let's just do a regular blast.
Okay.
Ooh, attack of 37. Looks like a nat 20.
Yes, sir.
For 32 damage.
Yeah.
And how would you like to describe finishing off this thing, oh bounty of hunters, hunter of bounties?
You see that guy from the Olympics where he just kind of raised up the gun and just shoots?
Casual shooter, dude, just like.
Yep, just looks like I don't even aim or anything, which I didn't. Just pull it up and just shoot.
What is your weapon of choice, by the way? What are you shooting with today?
Blaster rifle.
Just standard, self-modded. Okay.
Yep. No thrills.
Okay. And Geek the Mage takes down another opponent. And then it's their turn. How many have we got left on the board? Several in the shadows. And yet... where are we here? Right.
One of us should look injured and hurt.
1, 2, 3, 4. Managing to injure or subdue, doesn't even say kill. 5 or more. The remaining retreat. So on their turn, backing off into the shadows, which I like to call the GM layer.
Okay. Broken.
Yes. You hear scampering away, except, so now there is the Corusani ogre grappling for its life with Reiku. It's my turn. I want to break out of this grapple. So anti-grappling rules go. Scroll back to all the grappling. On my turn, I would like to escape a grapple. And
That's
I'm just...
unfortunate because you can't.
He's
You
pinned,
can't-
isn't he?
That is correct. The
Yeah.
only time that you get an opportunity to break the grapple is during Reiku's turn when he makes another grapple check if he decides to hang on.
And if I break it, I'm no longer pinned. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Then what
Those
he will
rules
do...
are so broken. That's very.
They are so
No,
broken.
that's fine. That's fine. I am pinned, and the funny thing about pin is it says you may take no actions, and then there's a list of actions, and everything, including a reaction, is an action. Which means if these guys manage to grab you guys and pin you to the ground, I'd have a party of very upset players going, "What do you mean we can't do anything? What do you mean we can't do anything?" Yes, there's more out there that can screw you up than force choke, ladies and gentlemen. So
Pinning is
unable.
worse than force choke.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, next we're all get out the Lubre Niches. I can't even say that. Nacho masks.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. Thank you. Get out the Nacho Libre masks, and that's our new party. That would be a good one for Merrick. Forget
these
about
guys
being
are-
smaller and
These guys are
smarter.
totally
He's just
they're the Acme character. I will love you and squeeze you. And...
yeah. Oh God. No. I was just thinking of the alternate verse for Merrick. Instead of like being the shoot 'em exploding, what if he was like the Blade Master? He's all vibro blades and just slices and dices the crap out of everything. Mr. Mealy. Anyway, which brings us to Reiko. God help us.
Are there any melee weapons with an area of attack?
Yes. there's an awesome throwing disc, like the Xena disc, and there's actually a bunch of Force users that chuck it with their mind. Oh yeah, if these guys found you in your ShamWow, they'd be like, "We must train you properly."
Yeah.
What is this?
It'd be an awesome montage.
They'd
be like, dude.
Users?
I'm like redneck version of.
Well, actually, you're the advanced electrical saw version. Their ancient weapon of like Xena throwing the chakram around. You know, like maybe there's some in your family. I mean, that would explain your force powers. That would explain. Yeah.
Run into them, and they're like, blasphemy.
Because I can't remember what race they are. It just talks about them as like a name of a people, not really a specific race like Twi'lek or whatever. Anyway, our man Reiko has him in a grapple, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Doug.
You keep saying, "Let the bodies hit the floor."
No. We just do the now that we're grappled, we just do the opposed checks, and I can go right back to my damage.
Yeah, I don't think you have to touch him.
He doesn't have to touch him again because he's still grabbed.
Yeah. So, with a
just watch Jeff do grapple rolls against him.
That's savage.
39. 39.
Good luck, dude.
39. Oh, not 20 could happen. You know what I'm saying? With a plus 15. So here's the raw dice. Here's
and
the
that
raw
20 wouldn't do it because you don't get auto.
Well, 20, like, would it not automatically succeed? I don't know. That's a skill check.
It's a skill check.
It's a skill check. Oh, no. They can't break out.
No, not with the 39 roll. Yeah.
Riku's like, gotcha, bitch.
28. He gets a 28 versus Reiku.
He'd like to spend a force point.
Yeah.
Up
And that
his
20 with a
game.
force point, he could match that, which would beat it, right?
Corusani ogres do not get force points. No. And Doug knows this, and now he's just mocking me. Stop that. You could use a force point.
So
anyway,
what other neat things can he do to him while you got him down there?
Well, now we go back to pushing.
Should we gather around him and start placing bets?
Now I'm assuming we just push the good old unarmed attack button and just get the damage off of it.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to hit. Oh my God, he's such a savage. Why does he bother with grappling at all?
36 points of damage.
Like, 19 damage with my assured attack kicking in. He's like, 36 damage, and I didn't even hit in top numbers.
While he's got the finger rake push, you know, the meshed fingers with the opposing guy, arms in the air, and he's pushing him against the wall, and he had those two overhands, right? Pushing to get him the advantage. With two sets of hands, he just grabs the guy's head and squeezes. Two thumbs in the eyes, and just crushes this thing's gooey mutant skull until there's nothing left. And then it just pops.
Ogre juice.
Yeah. Well, as soon as Leth said no transmutable pathogens, he goes for the gory end. And in 2 rounds, this is a new record. 2 rounds, 6 characters. Wipe out an encounter. Well, actually, force them to retreat. Sorry, Doug, no surrender. And all goes quiet on the Western Front.
I mean, I think I could train these to carry us on a litter.
Prince Ali, mighty is he, Ralhu Abwabwa. No? Dun, 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 mighty is he. He just stopped saying, okay, now it sounds.
They would look much better in livery.
Probably. So what do you guys want to do now?
I'd like to say loot them, but I really don't have much interest in anything they've got on them.
We should methodically hunt every single one of these.
I kind of want to say that, but no.
We need to go to.
All right. Just so Rahal knows, Merrick's dragging one of the cadavers with him.
Just the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a breadcrumb trail. Just follow the green glue slime trail all the way to where we're going and follow it back.
Do you want that cookie? Do you really want that cookie?
Hey, Riker, why don't you rip its head off and just tote that instead of the whole body?
Well, then people might think that I'm a liar.
Now, are these things a nuisance on Coruscant?
They're an infestation. They're an infestation. It'd be like saying, I'm going to get rid of all the rats on Coruscant. Like, it's just...
I'll check out a galactic lore. It wasn't a very good roll, but it might give me... It seems like something that might be common knowledge. Is there a bounty on these things? Should we be taking, like, ears or something?
No, because people that have money live up top. However, if you want to show off some trophies to the locals, you'll definitely get some street cred. You know what I mean? Like, locals that might just, outsiders, blah, 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 might be a little bit more receptive to information and helping you because you sort of help the community as opposed to sticking...
How bad do these things smell?
Really bad.
All right. I will roll a percentile because Rahal would think about that.
Yeah.
And I'll say there's a 10% chance that I'm making a ogre ear necklace.
And then there should be a 10% margin where you let Derek carry it for you.
Absolutely.
Just far enough away.
I mean, he's probably going to do that.
Right. Regardless of what you choose.
So if I roll less than a 10, I'm going to take the time to make a ogre ear necklace.
Okay.
Oh, that was close. 18. No ogre ear necklace for me. I didn't want to, but
well, I'm guessing Dr. Orso,
but you will encourage Derek to
you don't want to know what body parts Leths are currently inspecting for his research, right? Take these with us.
For his necklace.
He's saying, no, bring the whole body.
Research.
It's the joints between multiple species of creatures.
There you go. I don't know. Does anybody have a sack? I know we don't have 10-foot poles in this gear.
I got one now.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, dude, phrasing.
I walked into that one.
I know there's no 10-foot poles.
The classic D&D gear, everyone has a vial, a couple empty burlap bags, and a 10-foot pole.
10-foot
in this,
pole,
what do you guys have to carry containers? Nothing. You guys have some kind of like plastic backpack for your med kit. Yeah.
But he's kind of not as awesome when he doesn't have his power armor.
Yeah, so...
here's something really funny. I do have a repulsor hitch.
Did we just go around the whole party and realize that Merrick had the best idea by just grabbing an ankle and dragging? That just happened? Yeah. Your repulsor hitch got broken in the last episode.
No, it didn't.
At the end of the last season, it broke, and you guys were holding on to the handle, and you floated down on the handle.
Man,
yeah.
It's standard equipment. I'm buying a new one.
Okay. If you say you want to buy one and had one in that downtime, that's
absolutely.
Fine.
I need
it. But when you say I pull up my trusty
vibro around, what do I look like? A filthy commoner? No, it's 200 creds, dude.
A repulsor hitch being the sled?
It's like literally a hook with a repulsor lift on it, meant for like carrying.
It's like having a Ford F-150, but it takes up only a 3-foot square.
But the Ford's invisible. It's just a trailer hitch.
It's literally like a hitch with a little repulsor.
So you're just gonna mount a head or drag a body behind you with this thing?
I suppose.
It's got good weight capacity, but I mean, I don't know. I would not. I would hang a saw on it, and it would float behind me like my cutting bitch is.
But is there a way to program it to follow you, like a homing thing? As far as I know, it's a remote. You gotta like remote control mini. Yeah, RC it. Do you not?
It's the wrist computer. You know, like.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
At all times.
Yeah. Well, what he can do, it's like you see Outlaws where she hits her wrist and the speeder bike just comes out and closes on her position. So he just walks along tapping once in a while and it just closes the gap, stops.
Yep.
He walks some more, tap the wrist, closes the gap, stops. Yeah, that's fine.
The trade for like an Impel Ally or something like that is usually a Swift for a move. So you're probably burning a sort of proverbial Swift, to keep it.
But when we get to combat, he just stops, right?
It's much more efficient for me to just use the Force at that point. But I do have the, like the layman's like, oh, he used what a wicked control of his repulsor lift. That saw flew over there so fast and cut that guy up. Man, that guy sure is slick piloting his repulsor hitch.
I don't know. You start
I'm not
waving
a
your hands
Force
around
user
like
at
some
all. I have no
Jedi.
idea what you're talking about. This is technology.
There's nothing in the rules about somatic component, but the movies it's heavily implied that you're waving your hand around. Anyway, that's fine. So you guys want to drag a body with this thing?
I am dragging a body, period.
He's just dragging a body.
How it gets dragged is by my hands at face level.
Okay.
Somebody should take the time to search them.
That was a long way around for no results, but okay.
They stink.
Yeah.
You know, that just like, really just nah. If he wants to drag that corpse, he can drag that corpse. I already know better than to try and interfere with Merrick's.
So he's your bodyguard, which means he's adjacent to your character pretty much all the time. So stank it up, buddy. Unless you order him to the far side of the room or some crap. Merrick is your bodyguard.
The entire time, I'm repeating doctrine that Mama used to teach me.
Oh yes, a religious cult that slaughters ogre mutants. I'm on board with this.
Oh,
then that religious cult came. First they helped us. First they helped us.
It really seemed like they were saviors.
Yeah, and now
what do you think
they come out of the shadows with Bibles and doctrine and Molly costume another way. Anyway, all right, moving on. Moving on.
Yep.
Dragging the odd stinky huge body. What's your strength, Merrick? These things are big and heavy.
Love it. He ain't dragging nothing.
I mean, 14. 9 is an average boy.
Oh, okay. 14's not bad. I thought you were at 10.
That was level
14. 1. I got a plus 2.
Started putting it in strength ever since that fan bitched. He's got to look at the, after posing for his artwork, he takes off the fake muscles.
I hit the gym like on the reg.
Yeah. Actually, in Star Wars, the best explanation for that is that he comes from a low gravity world.
Steroids.
Yeah.
And that too.
He was patient zero for Leth. All right. So you guys continue on with your directions through the tunnels and come out the far side of nastiness into, more slums, as it were. As you guys are trucking along, galactic lore, anyone? But I gotta say, being a separatist for 6 books, Rahal.
It's me.
Yep.
I also got a galactic lore
21. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's with us?
You guys know more than I do.
I should not be leading the pack, guys. Just
but I smell
FYI.
street meat from, what was my world? I have to look it up.
Oh, Shazan.
I'll give you a +5 if you're separatist, and I think Rahal.
Oh, I am separatist for sure.
You're a former separatist?
Yeah.
Yeah. You picked up Merrick afterward, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We just ran into each other at the bar, and he was the big guy, and I was like, yo, 200 credits if you watch my back.
All right. Yeah, too bad we lost that footage. What did you get for galactic lore on there, Rahal?
14.
Okay. Did you, and +5 is 19?
19.
Did you want to force point that?
No, I do not. I spent all of my force points last episode giving us the disguises.
Okay.
Which I do still feel like those static numbers were worthwhile.
All right, Dr. Leth, or sorry, Dr. Blackjack, you still with us?
Yep.
One second.
Yes, I'm here. I'll actually, rather than even using a force point, I would like to just use Flash of Insight.
Okay.
It's like a baked-in force point. So cool.
+5 on knowledge checks.
Okay. So I'm going to once again give something in the chat here for you to tell us in your own words about our canteen, about our destination, because you've been thinking about it. Maybe doing a little research in your personal computer, right? There's a reason why the cantina called Invisible Hand is called that, and it caters to a certain clientele.
So would I recognize the name of the cantina?
That's what I thought. So it's like, well, it doesn't mean that you've been to every world in the system. You are currently on Coruscant. That's why I gave you +5 because you are, you know what I mean? So for you, because
we spoke about the name of the cantina last time.
Yeah, it was, but knowing about the cantina and what the name means is different than like knowing who goes there. It's just even more knowledge. That's why I was
it's coincidence, and then I get there and it's like, no, I smell street meat separatist style. I see that certain gate from the people who are in that village.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better because when you get inside, that's when you're going to have that lovely surprise where Matt goes out, like Raul's like, how come I never knew about this place? This is awesome. Where Dr. Leth, just because the role, might know a little more. So like I said, still less quarter.
There's also a chance that they're pissed at me because I also jumped ship a little bit before our fate was completely sealed.
You make it seem like the entire campaign is on Gloria and everything happens on one world. Like it happened throughout a galaxy. Like you can't be everywhere and know everybody. So like I said, you had your chance, you did your role, not in the CODs, didn't want to force point it. So again, Dr. Leth, on the way there, do you want to tell them this or do you want this to be a happy surprise as he walks in?
I'm going to settle. So, Rahal, how exactly would a separatist act when entering in a bar full of other separatists?
Oh, that's easy. They're gonna walk in here like they got the biggest dick in the room. No, I'm kidding. We keep a low key. It's been kind of rough for anybody who's openly ex-separatist for the last few years. You're gonna see a lot of hood hiding and scuffling going on.
Yeah, I do believe that's what generally is likely to happen at this next establishment. If you'd like to take the lead.
What do you mean, Doc? Hi, I'm Gus Gunderson. I have
Republic citizen, yeah.
I have no affiliation with the Separatist Army.
Well played. And another reason why I'm like, there you go. Gee, who's from Coruscant? We could use our bounty hunter. You want to send him in there?
Boy, fellas, I am short thirsty after this ogre hunting.
Either way, I suppose we now get to pretend to be downtrodden residents of...
All right, is there a modifier for disguising while in disguise?
Your disguise is like, I made my disguise, and it's a static number, and off you go, right?
Yeah.
The role-playing part, you could, with diplomacy, right? It's kind of a different thing. Like you start acting out of character, there could be penalties. You stay in character, unfortunately, wouldn't be much in the way of bonuses because they expect you to act the way you look. You know what I mean? So at this point, now if you got some stellar role, then yeah, I might give you a little bonus for whatever. But anyway, staying in character is probably the best way not to draw attention. And now we're dragging bodies around. Ooh, who are these guys?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have let him. I wouldn't have let him like drag it into the slum square. I wouldn't have been like, "Oh, civilization, you need to leave that there."
If you want the street cred, Ryan's onto something. We're seen like you have to take it to the bar, but being seen like leaving the tunnels and dragging across this part of town, just getting rid of it, or leaving it hanging outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
if
trophies. There's a light post that we can hang it from. And then walk away.
You guys are hardcore. But I'm with this. No. I'm good with this.
You guys want the street cred? Let Ryan just take it with us, hang it outside, then go inside, ask for a refresher. I'd like to use your washroom and have a shower, please. We're bounty hunters. Look, we have one too. Push to the front. Yeah. I'm assuming that's what Ryan was going for.
You're not far.
See, my concern is what are the chances that there's somebody in here that I actually know?
We'll get to that.
He's like, I've already thought of this.
Yeah. Now we're getting to the part that I did read up on.
Or that you're married to.
No. More surprise ex-wives, please.
Of all the separatists in all the galaxy to walk into all the cantinas, Rahul had to walk into mine.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, there I was, a young maiden of 65. And
sure had a good time separating them legs, honey.
Oh, God. Boo. What is that? 1 minute edit. 1 hour edit. Trying to keep this PG.
I deserve that.
So, getting out of the tunnels, getting back into this area of Nar's Roost, and laying eyes down the street on the cantina called the Invisible Hand. A stairway going up 3 squares, and a single Quarren bouncer, you know, the octopus tentacly guys with the wide squid heads, right? Usually have brown skin. Quarren bouncer posted out front. There are people in the area, but they're just kind of walking by, going A to B, right? You guys start dragging these trophies out, right? People start staring. There might even have somebody curious enough to come over and ask you, is that what I think it is? Marty, look at this. They got one of them. Oh yeah, dude, you're the man. Oh God, that stinks. Okay, we'll see you later. Come on, Marty, let's get out of here. But oh yeah, we go tell everybody. In our vast circle of networks down here, yeah, we run this town. We're high, right? You knew that? Okay, goodbye. To go. And heading up to the front, right? Corn starts. You guys are like 6-8 squares away. She just starts looking at you guys like, you're not bringing that in here. You guys, is it time to pray and display our trophy? Just leave it in the alley or stick it out front? You don't necessarily want to prop it on the porch of said establishment, but
once establishment has been made, I care not for this center.
Okay.
Yeah, I think once we started, once people were just like, "Oh my goodness,"
yeah,
we could leave it at that. I don't.
Hey, kids and people come over and poke at it, going, "Holy shit! I've never seen one of these things up close. Is it dead? Got no head on it."
At first one, the bravest kid, the bravest one.
Oh, there you go. Seconds. We turn around and we lost Reiku in the tunnels. You just hear echo screams of "True challenge!" Oh, ding, 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 and he runs off in the steam pipes.
Yeah,
comes back. He's just covered in troll blood, and those few that ran away are no more.
Yep. And on that note, we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye. For now. Maybe. Forever. To the next time.
Sweet. I'll be right back. I heard a weird noise and I'm wondering if there's ice damage happening.
Ghosts. Clearly
it's an ogre.
Keep it close to myself. Up because the Emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Guess we're going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since Order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say, Order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Gotta make it out to thief. Gonna reason with the senators, try to make it better now. But somewhere out there's gotta be free. I guess we'll head to Alderaan now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since Order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say, Order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. We should fight a war for peace. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Resurrect the Jedi, bring the Emperor down to his knees. The Sith mean nothing to me. the Sith who killed the little Padawan. He is my enemy. Is he coming? 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 Is he coming back?